I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Gary Sherman is with me. We're going to be talking about an article that he wrote for our June 2009 edition of Prophecy in the News magazine called The Green Religion. Religion, Gary? What do you mean by that?
Religion. J.R., religion is simply paying homage to something that one deems to be a higher power. We as Christians believe that God created the heavens and the earth. We give him honor for having done that. We believe that not only did he create it, he sustains it to this very day, but secular science, J.R., today has turned away from God and they worship the earth itself. They're worshiping the earth as a higher power and saying we must give the earth her due. We must not use too many precious resources. We must not foul the atmosphere. And all this boils down to a almost religious worship that comes under the heading of science.
Green politics back decades ago and the Green Revolution have sort of combined to create this green religion.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about acid rain, and I suppose that's where it all really got its start.
That was the first publicized event that became a propaganda effort. Acid rain in the northeastern United States was destroying a lot of the old growth evergreens, and people began to cry out and say, well, the steel mills, the belching smokestacks, are going up into the atmosphere, condensing into acid rain, falling and killing the forests. The outcry went up. Let's destroy the steel mills, shut them down. But that, by the way, that happened, and now we have foreign production of steel without EPA control, because those on the other side of the ocean don't bother with such things. They just produce steel. In the meantime, in the United States, the acid rain is still falling.
So it didn't help to get rid of the steel production.
No, because as they discovered, the Earth goes through periodic cycles in which it creates its own acid rain for whatever purpose. And may I say that God only knows because he designed the atmosphere.
Yeah. Now then came Al Gore and his little movie called An Inconvenient Truth.
Right.
Tell us about that.
The Inconvenient Truth was designed to illustrate the famous hockey stick graph, where you have the element on the graph moving along at roughly the same elevation until you reach the end of the graph, at which time it rapidly shoots up, just like the end of a hockey stick. And Al Gore says this describes the growth of carbon dioxide. It's always maintained at a particular level for centuries, but suddenly, due to mismanagement in the present, carbon dioxide is going to shoot off the charts. There will be rising oceans, there will be failing crops, there will be worldwide famines. In other words, he painted a very grim picture with the rise of carbon dioxide.
Well, Gary, carbon dioxide then must be poisonous. Is it toxic?
Not at all, because even as I speak, I'm exuding carbon dioxide, which is going out into the atmosphere. It's being picked up by plants. They use it for photosynthesis.
Whoa,
They breathe
wait
out
a minute,
oxygen.
wait a minute. You mean it's not toxic to plants?
No. As a matter of fact, they require it for their very lives.
And so it's an exchange between humans and plants?
Yes.
We breathe in the oxygen that the plants give off, and we breathe out the carbon dioxide that the plants breathe.
Right.
That sort of makes for a happy medium, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Well,
Now,
how much of our atmosphere is carbon dioxide anyway?
And this will put to rest the scaremongering. 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 9% argon, and 0.035% carbon dioxide, JR. That's minuscule.
Less than 1/3%?
Right.
Well, your article here on the green religion certainly puts it succinctly, because the government and their bureaucracies, Environmental Protection Agency, etc., are trying to deliver a cap and trade bill. It's been passed by Congress, now being looked at by the Senate. Whether it passes or not, I don't know. But if it does, tell us what will happen.
Essentially, carbon the production of carbon will become a criminal activity. You can be heavily fined, you can be taxed for producing excess carbon, which is deemed harmful. It would be going into the atmosphere, they say, and creating global warming. JR, the only problem with this is that global warming is a fallacy. The actual measurements over the last 10 years have shown global cooling. And the scientists who are pushing for strictures, cap and trade, have got some egg on their face. Let's put it that way. They're now covering up. They're not speaking of global warming. They're speaking of global climate change.
Yeah, climate change. That's so either way it goes, they're in the driver's seat, right?
Yes.
Whether it's global warming or new ice age. We
yes.
have one day and one the next, but it's climate change. Well, it will all come down to government control of the planet. I mean, we're talking worldwide, world government here. A new world order because of this scary thing that is happening. It's either going to be too hot or it's going to be too cold. Basically, it's the Antichrist system coming on strong, Gary. One of these days there will be a new world order and mankind will be enslaved.
And that's the bottom line, JR. It's the one world system. Some people say it's the Antichrist system. Whatever you call it, it's a system that's now gaining power, and prophecy said that it would.
So I invite you to get this magazine. Call the phone number at the bottom of your screen and order it today. It's $2.95. We'll be glad to pay the postage to send it to you. We want you to read this article, The Green Religion. There are a number of other good articles in this, by the way. The cover story is, Does Psalm 109 Describe the Antichrist? I have an article on the ancient book of Enoch, part 5. And then Gary has an article called John's Doctrine of Christ, the centerpiece of theology. You need to get it. Hope you will. Call today and order this magazine. And while you're at it, I would encourage you to get a subscription, a 1-year subscription to Prophecy in the News magazine. If you'll do so, you can get 4 free books or 3 free videos. You can read about it here on our website. And call our office, 1-800-475-1111, and order today. Gary, thanks for your insight and input on today's program.
JR, excuse me, JR, it's always a pleasure to share these broadcasts with you. And remember, we believe that the Lord is going to return very soon. Be ready. He loves you. He wants to reach out, bring you into the fold, and He'll do so if you simply ask Him to save you, to lift you up, to become a part of the family of God. He'll do it. By faith are you saved, and that not of yourself. JR, we believe that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm J.R. Church. We'll see you again tomorrow with our analysis of the news.